Welcome back. It's time for another episode of the Mamacita Mic. I couldn't be more excited for today's episode. Y'all recognize this face right here. Former NBA player and a longtime voice of the Phoenix Suns. We got Eddie Johnson in the house. Welcome to the mic.
Oh, it's my pleasure. I get to spend an hour with you talking. Oh, hello. Let's do it.
You made a dream come true for me in 2020. We spent 10 minutes on Instagram Live talking, and here we are on my very own podcast. So thanks for being that friend to me over the last, how many years have it been now? 7?
It's been a long, probably since you were about 3-4 years old. I don't know.
Well, on that note, my mama, she's like, I remember when his wife was pregnant with, I think, your daughter. Because she remembers your wife came to a game in a beautiful blue dress. She has a memory of this. Mm-hmm. And then 15 years ago, picture with you and my mom at a Phoenix Suns game. You've been doing your thing since you played in the NBA. Yeah. And now, like I said, one of the longtime voices of the brand of the Phoenix Suns. So everyone knows, Eddie Johnson, the basketball player, the broadcaster. But today I want them to get to know who you are when you're not on the mic, behind the mic, when cameras are off. I know you spent decades, around the NBA playing. So we have a lot to talk about today, and I couldn't be more thrilled. Thank you for making another dream come true. So I started interning as a kid, and you were already there. You were already broadcasting, already working. And then I got the job as the host in 2019. And you've always just been a solid friend and mentor to me. Yeah. But I want people to know who you are. Since you were a kid, was this always a dream of yours to play in the NBA and to be where you're at today?
Yeah. It's been a long journey. I was just in Chicago for the last 2 weeks, and I don't get back there often. I had this mindset when I left Chicago. It's like I gave you 22 years to try to convince me to go the other way. Now that I'm gone, I don't enjoy going back and remembering those times. Being brought up in a family of 7, my mom pretty much raised us all. I was next to last. So I was the kid in the household that everybody was like, don't you do what I do. Don't you do this, and I thought that was really impactful for me. As my mom said when I was born, she said that, you're going to be the special one. That's what she used to always say to me. And it wasn't because she viewed me more highly than her other kids. It's just that I think she felt that I was going to learn a lot because I had so many people above me teaching me what was right and wrong. Mm-hmm. And just growing up in that city, I wouldn't change a thing. I think it helped keep me on the right path. It helped make me make the right decisions. And it guided me like no other. I mean, it just... you can't go that way. My biggest thing growing up, really, and people that didn't grow up in the city, they wouldn't understand this, but you had to be very proactive. And because I had to go a different route to school every day.
Hi.
Because of the gangs, because of people trying to steer you the wrong way. And then the competition in the inner city. In a sport that I loved, in basketball. It wasn't easy. And so all those challenges that was in front of me, I think is what made me the person I am. I don't know if that would have happened if I was living in a perfect environment.
Wow.
That's how I look at it. I felt like I needed to go and be in front of some things that could maybe try to steer me to different ways.
Right. Sometimes those challenges are what makes you.
Yeah.
And like you said, you had to sometimes walk a different path. It be like that now. Nothing's changed now. Sometimes in school and in your friend group, you have to sometimes walk a different route to avoid the culture, the world that's trying to get you and bring you down. Let's talk a little bit about that journey, though. If you could relive any moment in your career, which one would it be? Because you had a lot of highlights.
I would probably say that's a tough
good
one.
question.
It is because I just think everything's a stepping stone, right? So it's like I try not to value one over the other. But I would probably say my sophomore year in college at the University of Illinois. I had basically my freshman year, I went there as a parade All-American, number one player in the state of Illinois. Every school offering me scholarships. I had an opportunity to go to any school I wanted to on a basketball scholarship. And I got to Illinois, and Coach Lou Henson was there. And I remember him telling me this. He's like, Eddie, I mean, you can play, but it's hard to play when you're on your back. Because I was 185 pounds, and they were knocking the stew out of me. And all these guys that, saw me come there as this big shot basketball player, they were going at me. And I couldn't handle it. They were stronger than me. They had a year ahead in lifting weights and maturity. And it was frustrating. And I didn't play a lot. And it was embarrassing. And then what happened is, we lost some opportunities to get some really good teammates that I had. Mark Aguirre, who went number one in the draft, the same draft, NBA draft I went in, he was going to follow me there. And he didn't come because he didn't see me play. But that right there was impactful because it woke me up. And it said, even though you had all these accolades, no, nothing's different. So in my sophomore year, and I'm getting to the point of where if I had to do it over again, we're playing Michigan State. I'm playing a lot now because I got bigger and stronger. And we were playing Michigan State with Magic Johnson. And they were number one in the country. And we were number 5. And we both were undefeated. And I hit a buzzer beater to beat them.
Buzzer beaters.
And it's still the most talked about shot in Illinois history, even today. After all these years, you can see it, but it's like, it's not HD. It's not HD.
We can't upload it to YouTube?
No. Well, it's on YouTube.
I need to see it
So
then.
you can see it on YouTube, but it's really grainy. You got to get some binoculars maybe.
Hey, I know all about that.
And to see it, but that right there, yeah, I think that put me on the map and that directed me. So
Wow.
yeah, that was a map changer for me. Yeah, making that shot.
You see all these buzzer beaters on Instagram, these kids in high school. That has to be a moment that changes any kid's life.
Yeah.
And you're saying it here. I thought you were going to say some moment in the NBA, the night you got drafted, or
Right.
just playing with all these hot shots. But no, it was that collegiate experience after your mom raised 70 y'all by herself, which we're going to talk about all your efforts with the single moms and all of that. I really want to get into that. But that had to be a moment for your mom too.
Yeah. She's the one that basically came and announced the decision for me to go to Illinois. I happened to be over in Germany traveling with an all-star team at that point in time. And she's the one that announced in front of like 400 people that I was going to attend there. So, she felt like she had a lot to do with my success at Illinois.
Of course.
Yeah, because she was the one that probably made that decision more than me. Because I visited USC.
He said,
I was liking that. I was liking California. She's like, you're not leaving. You're not going that far away from me. So, yeah. So I decided to go to Illinois, which was the best decision I made.
Everything for a reason. Led you to the NBA, and now where you're at today.
Met my wife for 41 years there.
Love
so there
your
you
wife.
go.
Your wife is a queen. Shout out
There
to
you
you.
go.
I know she's going to watch this, and I just adore her. I love y'all as a couple. She's always there at the games. She doesn't age.
Yeah.
You did that.
Yeah.
You did that.
Yeah,
happy wife, happy life.
Well, I just, it's just being around me, But, she's going to get on me because she's always correcting my grammar, and rightly so. I mean, I'm just hard guy from, inner city of Chicago, and she's the reason why I talk a lot now, and I'm always watching myself. And I said my wife Joy. There you go.
She's the most beautiful. Joy, joy, joy. We love her. She is such a queen. And good thing she helps you because you work in radio. You need to be saying your words correctly and speaking
Exactly.
well. So she makes you better.
I've gotten better. Yeah.
And that's what a marriage should be. Your partner should make you better.
Yeah. Well, my brother has a great quote. Darren, who passed away a number of years ago, he said, if there's nothing wrong with you, there's something wrong with you.
That's a good
So
one.
no one is perfect.
I love that. Well, we love Joy. Shout out to Joy. I'll see you this season. So transitioning more into your career in the NBA, do you have the toughest player that you've ever had to guard from back in the day?
This is really funny because it's hard for people that didn't play the game to understand where I'm coming from. Now, I'm not saying that people that didn't play the game still don't know the game. They do. But it's still some nuances of the game that you would never understand unless you played it. So when people ask me this question, they say, well, who's the hardest guy that I've ever guarded? So they already know in asking that question that I played in the 80s. So I played against Larry Bird. I played against Magic Johnson. I played against Michael Jordan. So automatically they expect you to say Michael Jordan.
Right.
Right? That's the automatic go-to. But what they don't understand is the nuances of it is he's not the hardest for me. The hardest for me is somebody that does not stop moving because I'm exhausting. I'm giving up a lot of energy.
Right.
And so with Michael, it was like one dribble left, one dribble right, dunk on you, shoot a jumper. You're not exhausting too much energy. He just destroyed you quickly. The guys that drove me nuts were the ones that just kept moving. So for me, it's people that probably a lot of, if you're not into basketball at a high level, you probably don't remember them. But Kiki Vandeweghe, who went to University of UCLA, he went to UCLA, Alex English. Those are the two most difficult guys I've ever had to guard in my life. And so now people can go to the, basketball reference or whatever and find out about those guys.
This is some BTS behind the scenes. Like, you have to really be in to know. So I love this. Which current NBA player today reminds you most of EJ, of you, your style?
Today. Mm-hmm. I was a guy that obviously I had no athletic ability in regards to jumping. Okay. I was fast, but I could not jump. I couldn't jump over a nickel. But so I'm pretty much comparing myself to guys that I know played the game the way I played it. And it's called the mid-range. That's what I played it in. 6'8", I can get my shot over anybody. DeMar DeRozan right now in the NBA, probably it's closer to how I played than most players. So I would say him.
Okay. Nice. Again, I love that this is stuff no one would really know.
No, they got to go do their homework.
Got to do your homework. That's right. EJ, what sacrifice did no one see behind your career in the NBA? Because everyone sees the glitz, the glam, the fame. But what's the truth? What's the ultimate sacrifice behind it all?
The commitment I made to play the sport. You go to a basketball camp. What do they say? Oh, can you go dunk? Or they'll look at you and they're looking up at you. And I always remind kids, it's like, I wasn't born 6'8". Because if I was, my mom was in trouble. So, I was your size. I was your age. I was sitting there not knowing what the heck I was going to do. I was just enjoying the world and just trying to figure it out and just looking around, and that right there is the part that I think people need to understand. And from that moment when I fell in love with basketball at 13 years old, I had to give up baseball. That was my first love.
Oh, I didn't know that. Baseball?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And it's still my love.
I thought golf.
Anybody follows me on Twitter, they know I'm a diehard Cub fan. All due respect to the Diamondbacks. But I had to make that decision at 13 years old, and my brothers helped me make it. And they're like, look, you're going to be about 6'7". It's not many 6'7" baseball players. Fine. I didn't see daylight in high school. I did not see daylight. Yeah, I tell people that, and they like, during my 7 months, I was going to high school. During that period, I did not see daylight. My high school coach, he had us up at 5:30 in the morning. We had to be at practice at 7. After school, we had practice. When practice was over, it was dark. And for 4 years.
That's a sacrifice, yeah.
I went to no parties. I went to my prom. That was the only dance I went to in 4 years. When I tell you I had a great life. To me, it was great. I was playing ball every day. But for the people that would be looking at me, they like, no way.
Mm-hmm.
Because I was not having any fun to them.
To them.
But I was enjoying it like no other. Now, and that's the sacrifice you have to make.
Yeah.
So people wonder, how did you make it? You just made it because you was tall. Really?
You
Please.
sacrificed.
There's a lot of 6'8" people walking around. They ain't play basketball.
I know that's right.
And there's a lot of them tried to play and they couldn't make it.
Yeah.
No. It was the commitment I made at a young age.
Commitment and sacrifice, as I say, short term for the long term gain. Because look at you now.
Exactly.
Where are they? Although a bunch of them had the fun, the short term gain of having fun and going to the parties and the drinking,
Yep.
but long term loss. Because again, where are you at now? Like where are they living now?
Exactly.
So you went from playing in the league, all the sacrifices. You played, you had so much success, and now you're the voice. Which job is harder?
Probably, like I said, midway through, I took an internship, and I said, okay, what are you gonna do? You gonna try to just do something in the NBA office, do something, you gonna coach, or you want to do radio, TV? My kids were in middle school. I said, I played till I was 40 years old. Most players don't play that long. So it's like I've missed a lot of good years of my kids. And I'm saying, I'm going home. I'm not going to be a gypsy. And that's being a coach is being a gypsy.
Right. You're all over the place.
You're all over the place. And I'm not going to do that. So I started taking internships, going to New York, NBA, would put me with different radio stations. They put me in the studio. I'd work with Ahmad Rashad and Willow Bay. At that time, they had their own show. They come in and they train us. Went there with Kurt Rambis, Rolando Blackman. All three of us were doing this together. And they just taught us, just gave us the nuances. And then I came back into my career. I was playing with the Rockets. I started doing Mercury games during the off season. So that was my start in actually calling games.
But it was hard,
being
you're
an
saying?
analyst.
Harder than showing up to practice and playing and all 17,000 people watching?
Because you got people at home looking at the TV.
That's true, I guess.
Yeah, what did he just say?
What did he just say?
What, huh? What did he say? Oh, come on.
I can see why that'd be harder. People could be mean. Yeah.
So I can correct myself quickly on the basketball court. Somebody blocked my shot, I'm going to come right back down, shoot that jumper in their face.
Right.
It's quick satisfaction. Whereas now with doing TV, somebody says and critiques you, and then you got to wait to the next game.
That's right.
So no, it was tough.
Which is why I appreciate, because I obviously work on camera too as an arena host. So I value your opinion. Since my first season, you came up to me and you told me I was good at what I did. And I've never forgotten it. You've made me feel like a rock star. Every time I walk on that court, I carry stuff like that with me. Like, EJ thinks I'm good. Devin Booker thinks I'm good. I'm good. Like, it just makes a difference to have people affirm you, words of affirmation. And someone like you who's been in this space for so long to recognize it, I appreciate it more than you know. If I've never said thank you, I feel like I have, but if I've never said thank you, like,
you have.
Thank you for always being a friend.
No, you have. And it's good to have people like that around. People were like that for me.
Yeah.
You're never the smartest person at what you do. It's always somebody that knows a little bit more. And people for me that I started questioning when I knew I wanted to do it, Doug Collins, who was great at doing his job, what he did, Hubie Brown, guys like that I just tapped into.
Yeah.
Bill Walton, these old guys, so you all can go look it up. Snapper Jones, all these guys that I would just tap into. Phil Chenier, all these dudes that were doing this. I said, you know what? I got to ask questions. And
always a student.
Yeah, you got to. Even now today I do. And so once you get to your position of where you feel like, okay, you're being rewarded, you're being looked at as somebody that can do it. I think I got 5 Emmys now. 5,
Okay.
I'm not bragging.
Oh, I'm bragging. He said, I'll say it again if you didn't hear, 5 Emmys. Makes sense. You are such a voice. Like Al McCoy, has his coin, Shazam. You have your voice. You just are such a known, you walk into the arena, everyone knows, oh, EJ's here. So I'm giving you your flowers. You don't want to brag. I got to give you your flowers.
Thank you. And Al, he humbled me the first game I did. Oh, he humbled
tell me about that.
Oh, gee.
Shazam. What happened?
Al, Al's gone, but Al.
We love him.
Yeah, you didn't scare me on that one, but it stung. No, I'm trying to copy Al. So Al has this big whiteboard. So he comes in and he's got all the players' names and he's got the little nuances and things that they've done and just put it on the table and he's got all this stuff in order. So I noticed that. And then so I come in there with my whiteboard and I got all my stuff and I put the whiteboard down and as you well know, there's not much space over there in that area where we sit. He turned, he looked at me and he looked at what I had down. He reached over, picked up the whiteboard I had that I spent 3 hours doing. 3 hours, Al.
Oh, he was like that, huh?
Tore it up, threw it under the table.
BTS.
Said, you don't need that.
Ooh.
And I was like, should I punch him or should I? No, I wouldn't punch Al. In my mind, I think I did. But
dang.
After the game, I went home. And I was ticked at first. Then I kept thinking about it. And I said, Eddie, no. I said, that's his job. I said, that's his job. What is your job? Is to really tell the fans what just happened, not what's going to happen. Mm. That's his job. Wow. Or what they did 3 games ago. That's his job. My job is spontaneously tell the audience what just happened.
Right.
How did Devin get open that easily, right? Besides him making the shot, what did he do to put himself in position to actually make the shot? It's stuff like that.
Wow.
That I grabbed it quickly. And that's how I call games. Some people out there in TV land, they might not like it. I don't care.
Good. Don't care. Keep doing what you're doing.
Learn the game.
Yes, sir.
Because I'm trying to teach you what just happened. I'm not trying to be a summary expert here or regurgitate something that somebody else said. I'm going to try to just keep you involved in what just happened there. How did that happen?
So good.
And so that's what Al taught me, and so I've carried that forever.
Wow. I was just about to ask you, was there a moment that shaped you? That sounds like definitely must have been one of them.
Oh, yeah. It was the main one. And now I've had so many different partners. It's just, 4 or 5. And now Kevin Ray obviously is my partner now. And they'll tell you, I play a game with them. I show up and you see me walk in. Now, some people might think I'm late. Okay. They went, he's just getting here. The game is like in an hour. And I'm saying, it was almost like when you're in school and you getting ready to go take a test and you got the students that walk in and they just take their pencil out and they just sit there and wait for the test. They just sit. And then you got the ones that walk in and they got their book open. That's the one that wasn't studying. That's the one that was doing something else.
Guilty. Just kidding.
Right? So I learned that in school. Mm. So I'm like, I just walk in, go eat, no notes, 0. All here. Mm-hmm. Go to my station, I call the game. So what the play-by-play guys like to do is I tell them, I don't even care what the open is. Don't tell me.
Wow. That swagger, that
don't
confidence.
Tell me. Don't tell me what the open is. And they have tried to trick me like no other. From Gary Bender to Steve Albert to Tom Leander to K-Ray, all of them. And they will tell you, not one of them have gotten me yet. Because I do my homework. I have a 3-hour radio show, Sirius XM, NBA radio, 5 days a week. You can check me out. And I'm on top of it. And it's just studying. That's all it is. I'm not trying to say I'm different than anybody. I'm some brainiac because my memory is right now. But no, it's just, I just feel like I'm prepared.
Right.
And I know the game. And that's just the way I approach it.
Yeah. What would this might be the answer to this question. What would, you said you're 67? 67-year-old Eddie Johnson say to 27-year-old Eddie Johnson, or anyone in their 20s who are looking to be where you're at? What would you say to him?
I would have probably said, man, you should have went ahead and suffered and proved to people that you can do it by going to law school.
Oh, I
Yeah.
wasn't expecting that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I had studied for the LSAT. I had done well in it. University of Illinois was going to pay for me to go, even though I was in the NBA.
Wow.
They attached a professor to me because I was going back for summer school. So I would spend time with a professor. And it was on the road for me to do it.
Wow.
I was scheduled to take the LSAT and all of that. And, a lot of my teachers just knew that that was a career, if I didn't play basketball, that I would be in, because I do love to argue. Anybody that knows me, they know that. And Cotton Fitzsimmons, who was the coach in Kansas City at the time that I was playing on, he was playing me 38, 40 minutes a game. One stretch, I played 3 straight games, 48 minutes. I was tired. When the season was over, I was done. And that's when I was supposed to go take the test. And I just said, I can't do it. I said, I am so fatigued right now. I can't.
Right.
And yeah, so I wish I would not have given in.
Dang, there could have been Eddie Johnson billboards all over. Instead of Raffi billboards, it could have been EJ billboards.
But EJ and Raffi. So
it's never too late. It's never too late. Why not? All right, I kind of want to switch gears. Something you did not have to deal with when you were in the NBA was social media.
Oh.
Which, I mean, amen and hallelujah. Do you think it's helping athletes today or hurting them?
Both. It's like anything else. How do you handle it, right? How do you handle it in anything that you encounter? Because it's good and bad in everything, right? So how do you handle it? It's. I don't wish this on anybody. I'm glad that social networking was not around when I played, because I'm combative in that. I'll respond like Kevin Durant does. Like some guys that respond, and I would have been one of those guys. And so it's good for the game. It's good for your brand if you're a player. There's so many great things about it. But man, there's some bad things about it. Because I'm sure you see me on there, I call people that I don't think know the game, I call them water boys and couch potatoes. And they don't like it. But they think it's an insult. And it's not an insult. It's not an insult. There's been some really good water boys. I mean, I had some very good managers that were on teams, took care of Eddie. Love him to death. Matter of fact, one of them still a good friend. He's a high school manager. It's not a negative. But that's what you are.
Yeah.
Based on what you're saying. You could not play this level. You had to go be a manager and a water boy, which is fine. It's nothing wrong with it. But that's why I place you. You're not up here with me. So that's just my way of telling them you're not here. Stay down there. Ask a question. But don't challenge me. So that part. It's just not, to be quite honest, it's just some really not good people on that space.
Yeah.
It's just not. They're just bad people. They're negative. They're sad because they haven't made it to wherever they wanted to get to. And what they do is they pick and choose their opportunities to go at somebody that is very good and I guess successful in what they've done. And as soon as they see them make a mistake, they pounce.
I know.
They pounce. And they pounce at a level that is just crazy. So for me, that's how I operate in that space. I will protect people. And then I would give people a hard time on people that they raise up to this crazy level and they've forgotten that they had some issues with them. And just to remind them that we're all here. There's no one way up here.
Right.
We're all here. So the person that I protect in a lot of ways, but I still do think that, he could be the best ever when he's done, is LeBron. I protect him. Well, if I protect LeBron, then who's coming after me? MJ stands.
Yeah.
Kobe stands. Right? So if I protect Kobe, who's coming after me? MJ stands. LeBron stands. Mm-hmm. It just doesn't matter.
It's a different world with social media.
It just doesn't matter. It's I laugh about it. They tend to think that I get mad because I say something to them. They're crazy. I don't even know you. How can I get mad at somebody I don't know?
I can imagine playing on that level and then say you have a bad game, a bad night, and it's just reliving on social media forever and ever. There's a reel, there's another viral moment. It's just replayed out, and then fans get involved. They think that they know you. It's got to be tough, but at least you lived through an era where you didn't have to have to go through that necessarily, but it's still tough, like you said, because you're on TV and they're still judging you for something you said or didn't say or how you said it.
Yeah, I counsel guys on that, though. The one thing I don't like is active players having podcasts right now.
Active players?
Yeah.
Right.
I don't like it.
You don't like it?
No.
Why?
Remember I told you when I was in high school, what did I tell you? I said what? I never saw what?
Daylight.
Because I was concentrating on my
craft,
sport.
You were working. I see what you're saying. Get to work. Turn the mic off.
I was concentrating on my sport to be the best I can be. And I just think some of these players, they've lost sight in that. And here's the crazy part. These players are making upwards of $50 to $60 million a year. It is nothing else you should be concentrating on other than your sport. You are being paid that kind of money? No.
I hear you.
Like, and I go back and forth with Draymond Green, who's very active in this space, right?
Isn't he? Yes.
But here's the thing. He thinks he's made it. He's done. Like, I think he believes he's reached his pinnacle as a basketball player. Okay? Now, from a team standpoint, he knows that every year you have to try your best to be able to go win. He's won championships. But he thinks he's at the pinnacle as a player. My statement to him is, no, you're not. You're still a poor free throw shooter. Keep working on it to improve it. Keep working on it to improve it. You're not a good shooter. Keep working on it to improve it. All those hours you're spending on social networking, on a podcast, you should be spending those extra hours in a gym. Maybe that jump shot would have come around.
Ooh. You heard it here.
So for me, I'm like, no. Like, you can't. They're spending time. Like, even after a game, they're in the hotel doing a podcast right after the game. I will you can ask any player that played with me. I don't care if it was a exhibition game or a regular season game or whatever. When we lost, I was just not having it. I mean, the only thing I wanted to do was go eat and go to sleep because I was ticked.
That's how Kobe Bryant was too. I watched
exactly.
The Last Dance, that was with Michael Jordan, and then the Redeem Team was with Chris Paul and Kobe Bryant, and he was the same way. They'd all go to the club, and Kobe was like, I'm mad we lost.
Exactly.
I'm going to bed and thinking about the next game.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then they looked at Kobe like he was weird.
Yeah.
Because he was indifferent. He wasn't like that.
And he was getting ready to go to the gym when they were getting in from the club.
Or even if coach said be at practice at 10, they get there, he had already gotten 2 hours in before practice.
And stayed later.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. And so that's why he was great.
Yeah.
So you can't, like, when you're getting paid like that and you're playing 82 games a year and you're highly counted on, that is your job. Now, I'm not saying on your off days you just can't go have some fun. That's fine. What I'm saying is the podcast thing, that you're talking about peers in the league, so you're raising the temperature of them. it's not something I believe you should do. At the end of your career, if you want to start off season, fine. Like off season, if you want to do that in that space, fine. But not during the season.
In season,
it's just
be locked in.
Yeah, just be locked in.
I like that.
And then don't put yourself out there.
I like that.
It's just, that's how I feel about it. But, again, the players have a lot of power in the league now.
Yes.
Unlike we did back in the day. So it's not going to change. But I'm going to still talk about it.
That's a perfect transition into this game I want to play. It's called Start, Bench, Cut. Okay? So you have to pick one to start, one to bench, and one to cut from this group of names I'm going to give you. Okay? You ready?
Yeah.
First one is Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, LeBron James. Who's starting, who you benching, and who you cutting? Pressure's on.
That's not fair.
Life's not
I like
fair.
that game. I like that game, but that's not fair. Okay?
Explain.
Because they're all great.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's what makes it
Now,
tough.
people get mad at me because if you want to look at those three, I'm going to start it with this, and I'm going to ask you a question. If you want to look at the rankings of all-time greats right now, my ranking, everybody has their own ranking.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to go through all the top 10. But it's between, obviously, MJ and LeBron. All right? And you might not like this because you're a Kobe fan. So don't hit me. But he's probably my 10th or 11th. Okay? Now, I'm going to go and answer your question. I would probably cut Kobe. Okay? I know that hurt, right? I would bench MJ. I'd start LeBron.
Okay.
Now, here's why. The way that I played basketball, I played without the ball. I moved, I cut, I got screened to get open. I was that guy when I came in the game, coaches ran the offense to try to get me the ball. I wasn't athletic enough to just say, give me the ball and go on my own. So I needed my teammates. Sort of like Reggie Miller needed his teammates. Sort of like in a lot of ways, Steph uses his teammates. I don't know if per se Steph needs his teammates. I think he could go on his own, but he goes the other way, right? Okay. So if you're doing that, you want to be playing with a star that's a pass first star. So I'm not thinking about their career. Now, if I never played, I'd sit here and say I might do it differently.
Right.
I want to watch Michael take 30 shots. So I'll bench LeBron.
Right.
You get it?
I get it.
But if I'm playing, I'm coming from a different space. All right? I'm putting myself in because I can. Played 17 years. Played against Kobe. Played against Michael. So
cool.
So LeBron, I know if I get open, out of those three, he passing it. He passing it. Them two, they feel like they can make the shot if it's get three guys on them, and you're open, right? Because their stands out there say they take the tough shots. Yeah, but a tough shot being double teamed, which means somebody's open. So that's how I view it.
I get it. I respect that.
Yeah, that's how I view it, and so so people get offended.
No, I'm not offended.
No, not you. You're being nice. But some people do because, like I'm saying, they're watching. Different animal when you're just watching.
Yeah.
But when you're participating, then no, you want to be in the show too.
I respect it.
I want to be part of the movie. I don't want to watch the movie.
I see you. I get it.
That's what I always say about MJ. They say, well, MJ. I said, look, listen, MJ, you're watching the movie. He's taking 35 shots, and you just standing over there hoping he sees you one time or another. Like, no, I want to play with Magic Johnson. I want to play with LeBron because I know if I get open, then all of a sudden I got a chance for a supporting actor role. An Emmy or something.
I fully respect it. I'm biased, Kobe. I love the Mamba mentalities, the
I
work
love
ethic,
him too.
the grit. I obviously grew up in that era. I was interning when it was Leandro Barbosa, Raja Bell, Steve
Yeah.
Nash. Like that was my era, so I'm biased to him for that. And then I think LeBron cries too much. Respectfully, he cries a little too much for me. Love MJ. Obviously, I'm a sneakerhead, so I love him too, and he's a legend. So I respect your answers.
And I get what you're saying. Like, and that's fine. Like, so now you're not liking them by how they are, how you're viewing them, right? Because you're not out there. I get that part. No, I think Kobe's probably the smartest basketball player in regards to total basketball, outside the game, all of that. Like
Mindset.
I've heard Kobe speak numerous times to audiences, and I'm just staring at him because of how good he was.
Yeah.
In that situation. And then Michael is the most maniacal basketball player I've ever encountered in my life. He's flat out crazy. Seriously. And a lot of respect for him.
Yeah.
A lot of respect for him.
Always respected him,
because-
but after I watched The Last Dance, I'm sure you watched it.
Yes.
If you haven't watched it, it's a must watch. You just have so much more respect for what you output yourself through.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I mean, he just never gave up.
Yeah.
One game, I'll give this story. One game we were playing. It was at the end of the season, and I was playing with the Indiana Pacers. And the game was close. Now, they were going for the record. They won 72 that year. They were trying to get 73. They were trying to add on to it. And we were up about 8 points with about a minute and a half left. And I walked past him. I'd been knowing Michael ever since he got in the league. We've had we played cards together, and all that. So I walked past him and I said, I guess you all not getting that record today.
Oh.
And so he just looked at me. And then he started chewing his gum. He like,
Not
he
the
didn't say
gum.
no. Oh, he didn't say nothing. He just looked at me for the next minute. Now, granted, they already got the best record in the league. He shouldn't even be out there, but they're trying to, add on to this all-time record. He went crazy. I mean, this dude started running and going for steals, and all of a sudden we look up, we only up one. And he's still looking at me like that. I'm like, what's wrong with this dude, man? I'm just saying that to myself. So Larry Brown, who's the coach, he calls timeout. And we go over there. And Larry's just drawing up a play. I say, hey, everybody, I apologize.
That was me. It was
I
me.
apologize. And Larry Brown looks up and said, what? I said, man, I told him game was over a minute and a half ago. And Larry Brown looked at me like, why would you say that?
Lesson learned. Lesson learned.
I said, man, I thought, look, the season over. I thought that crazed animal was just going to just look at me and go about his business. I didn't think he was going to do this.
You gave him what he needed to finish that game.
Yeah. So Larry draws up a play. Okay, well, you're going to have to seal the game then. That's what he did.
Dang.
So we ran a play, and MJ was guarding me. And they ran a play. I came off, and I already know that he was so hyped that he was going to try to block my shot and go the other way and dunk the ball, win the game. So I just kind of gave him a little head fake, and he jumped, and I went up to shoot it, but he was still so high that even when I jumped, he still was able to get a hand close to the ball. But he did hit a little bit of my wrist, and the official called a foul. And he went ballistic. He was hot. So I went to the free throw line. And I missed the first free throw. And he looked at me, and I looked at him. Oh no, you're not winning, like that. And he started chewing the gum again, and they didn't have any timeouts left. So I made the second one. We went up 2, and they tried something for 3/4 court, and we won. And so after that, the game was over. Both teams have to cross to go to the locker rooms. I'm walking past them. And first, I ran into Scotty, and Scotty was like, "Eddie, why are you bothering him?" That's what Scotty says to me. And then I get to Michael, and I said, "There's something wrong with you, man." I said, what is wrong with you? And he looked at me. He said, be careful what you wish for next time.
Ooh.
And then he tapped me and then he went in. But I'm just saying.
Not everyone can have a story like that. That's so epic. I love it.
So when I say things like this and let people know it's not me being envious or anything or, picking and choosing, we all have to pick and choose who we think
I like that.
is the person that we have high up there. Because right now for me is Magic Johnson until LeBron retires. Probably. But Magic to me is the best player I've ever seen play basketball.
Love it. You ready for another round? That was intense, and I respect your answers. I got two. Maybe we'll just do one more because this is getting intense. Let's do Steve Nash, Chris Paul, Jason Kidd. Who's starting? Who's benching? Who you cutting? Steve Nash, Chris Paul, CP3.
Well, you already know
Jason
I'm not
Kidd.
cutting Steve Nash. You can forget that. I am not cutting him.
This is tough.
Yeah, it's tough. You're not right.
I've been waiting forever to ask you.
You're not correct on that one. But, I'll put it this way. I think they're all different and they're all the same. They truly are. So...
I know. You've never worked so hard on a podcast, have you? Got one more round after this.
Okay.
I love it. We stumped EJ.
They're all friends of mine, so one of them going to be mad at me. That's not fair.
Hey, if they watch the Mamacita Mic, I win. I'm happy. It's good. They won't see this.
I will cut Chris Paul. Okay. I'm benching Steve, and I'm going with Jason Kidd.
No explanation yet. And we may have to cut this whole segment because you don't want to make his friends mad. I respect it. Last round, and you're off the hook before we dive into other stuff. Book, KD, Charles Barkley. And then you're off the hook.
I'm cutting KD.
Yep.
I'm benching Book because if I bench Charles, he would drive the coach crazy and probably quit and leave.
Got it. That was a great game. That was probably the most difficult thing you've ever had to get through in a podcast, and you handled it well. This next portion should be very easy for you, okay? Rapid fire. So don't even think. Just answer the first thing that comes to your mind. So start off easy. Favorite sneaker?
Adidas.
Favorite post-game meal, I mean.
Post-game meal?
Post-game meal.
Chicken.
Chicken. The arena with the loudest crowd.
Whew. Sacramento when they were playing in a converted office building.
Okay. One teammate who made you laugh every day.
Oh, my God. Scott Burrell.
Scott Burrell. The team with the most loyal fan base.
Because I really want them to get a team back, I would say Seattle.
Okay. If you were in the NBA now, today, who would you want to play for?
That's a good one.
These are good.
Because it's a few. It's a few. And people might think I'm being biased here, but I'm not. I love Jordan Ott. He reminds me a lot of Cotton. But the team that it'd probably be San Antonio. Just because of their culture. I think we were building that in Phoenix in the years we were there and even now. But I would say San Antonio.
Okay.
I think I would have been a better player because I think they would have made me play the right way all the time.
Got you. One word to describe Phoenix.
It's heaven for me. I mean, it truly is. I love living here. I fell in love with it when I got traded here. I don't care about the heat. It's just so much relaxing to do. And if I want to get out of here, I can drive north for an hour and a half, and then cool weather, I can go south to get to the water.
Yes.
And if I want to get in Hollywood and do a movie, I can just go west.
There we go. EJ, what's something you've never been asked in an interview that you've always wished someone would ask you?
Say it again.
What's something you've never been asked on an interview, podcast, that you've always wished someone would have asked you? Something you want to talk about that no one ever brings up? I feel like I know what it is.
Do you? How good of a baseball player I was.
Because you mentioned baseball was your thing, so I mean, it's never too late. How good were you?
I was good.
Yeah?
I was. I played third base and I pitched. And I had high schools recruiting me, when I was in middle school to come play. It was my first love. I was not afraid of that ball. That's the first fear you have to get over. I'd play third base and I'd get right up in the batter's face. It didn't bother me not one iota. Like, you're not bunting. That was my whole philosophy. But I even was a back catcher at times. I loved the sport. I truly did. And I thought that's what I would do as an athlete.
But too tall.
Too tall.
Tall
My
people
brother said,
problems.
"Man, you too tall."
So, EJ, if we could go back in time and you could choose between basketball or baseball,
Mm-hmm.
what would it be?
Baseball.
Dang.
I'm serious. I love the sport. And it broke my heart when my brothers told me I had to make a decision and choose.
When's the last time you played?
No, I'm scared of the ball now.
Things have changed.
Scared of that ball. You have to. People will tell you it's a fear. No, I'm scared of that ball. And I got in the cage. I had hurt my knee. I was doing rehab, and I was in a cage. And this minor league pitcher name, I can't remember who he was, but he was in rehab too, and he was over there pitching in the cage and everything. And I'll hit that. You're like, "Oh, get on there, get on the cage there." So I'm gonna embarrass you. Please. I mean, when I played, it was 80 miles an hour, right? This dude threw a pitch past me. I'm telling you, I didn't even see the ball. I didn't even see it. I was like, "Did you pitch yet?" No.
You scared of the ball now. Well, you listen to your brothers. Sounds like you're a family man. Your mom raised you right. Single mom, which I know you have a very big heart, passion for helping hands for single moms.
Yes.
So I thought that's what you were going to say. I wish more people would ask about that. I'm asking you about it now. Can we talk more about that?
Yeah, help me. Well, again, it was brought up in a single parent household. And so my mom is my hero. She's my mom and my dad. And so a number of years ago, I was asked to go be a guest speaker at a function. And I didn't even know what it was about. And it was helping hands for single moms. And I've been attached to it ever since. I've been in everything in regards to with organizations throughout my adult life, just trying to raise money. And was big brothers, big sisters. I had hoops. I had hoops for kids. Basketball game I would do. Accept the challenge that I had in Carl Mountain and South and Carl Hayton and South Mountain High Schools for at-risk students. All of that, raised money for them. But this organization really struck my heart because my mom's 97 years old today. And not today, a couple of weeks ago. And,
happy birthday, Mama.
Yeah. And so for me to be in this organization and just doing the things for them, I love it. And we do an event every year. My wife, she basically coordinates all the events. You have been a part of it in the past. I have been. And it's a 3-day extravaganza. October 1st, we have our celebrity golf tournament at Talking Stick. And on the 2nd, we have a poker tournament at Talking Stick. The poker room in Talking Stick, if you haven't been there, is unbelievable. It's beautiful. And then on the 3rd of October, we have our dinner. We're in the middle right now of who we're going to honor this year. So we hopefully have that person in place here soon. But I encourage people to come out. You can go to helpinghandsforsinglemoms.org and get your tickets to all those events. Make it a staycation. Just get your room at Talking Stick and enjoy yourself for a weekend. You get to see all the celebrities walking around and have a great time. My wife and I have raised about $3 to $4 million over the last 10, 11 years, sending moms to college. making them the heroes in their home, paying for their babysitting services, helping them get a car, all of the things that they need that is hard for them to do when they're the only parent in the household. And I just encourage people to jump on board. Even if you can't come, donate, because, we always put our focus on kids, and that's fine. But what about the mom or the dad that's raising them? Mm-hmm. We lose focus with them, and they're the ones that need the help to make sure the kid is comfortable. And so we only see a kid, big brothers, big sisters. You might see the kid once a week, once every 2 weeks.
Right.
That mom is with them every day.
Every day.
And so we really try to focus on our moms. And so I just hope people come out.
I'll be there. Am I invited?
Yeah. The event is always sold out on Sunday, but the golf is there readily available. Come hang out with us. And then the poker tournament. You can win a lot of money. So not only can you donate some of it back, but you can win a lot of money as well. It is a true poker tournament that particular night.
Busy guy. You have your hand in so much. I know you have to head out to your radio show, but I know you have your hands also in a couple apps, golf app, and then your son has an app right now. You want to talk about that really quick before you got to bounce?
Yeah. My son has an app. It's called Send Scripture, .xyz. And he makes it easy for people to get scripture because I'll be the first one to tell you, my memory is not great with it. I'm trying, but now with this app, I'm able to do it. So whatever mood that you're in, you can basically put that mood into a box and it will give you scripture. And not just one or two, it'll give you maybe 8.
It's so good.
That might relate to what you're feeling or how you're thinking. And again, it's free to use at the beginning. 15 times, I think it's a month or whatever, you can use it. If you want more of it, then it's a small fee. It's not much at all. But it's something that's not out there.
Right.
And I think it really helps people.
It does. I've been using it. I called you the other day for advice, and then it led to you being like, you need to get this app, my son. And it's really helpful. If you need the word of God and you're going through something, you just put that keyword in and it pulls up scriptures for you. So shout out to your son. Shout out to you raising such a beautiful family.
Yeah, it really does. Because I know you had said that, Eddie, I'm going to ask you a scripture.
Your favorite scripture.
Yeah, and I have a favorite. But it's because I just jumped it because my memory is not right there yet. But it's simple. Okay, it's Proverbs 16:3. All right, and basically it's simple as heck, but it fits me. It says, "Commit to the Lord whatever you do." Right, and He will establish your plan. And so when I think of that right there, I picked that up a number of weeks ago, and it's like, man, that's my favorite right now because that's me. That's what I did. When you commit, He will establish it. And I am telling you, it's roads that I was going down and I'm like, something here like, no, that's not the right way.
Wow.
And so that's what you can get on this app.
I love it.
And it's Send, SEND, Scripture.xyz. And so it's great. It's a great tool.
It is. I've been using it. Thanks for putting me on. And thank you for sharing your story, your favorite scripture to wrap things up. I'm so excited for the upcoming season. Excited to see you out there, Lord willing.
Yes.
And thank you for all you do for me as just a friend and a mentor, but what you do for Arizona, being a voice and a positive role model, an example of someone who has committed to the Lord and all you've done, and He's established your steps indeed.
Thank you.
So thanks for being.
And the sons, I'll just throw a son snippet in there, right? We better see you out there this year. And that's between you and I. And they're going to be good this year. Again, they're going to be really good.
I'm excited for this season.
Yeah, I mean, the
is great.
The culture that's with this organization right now is wonderful. It truly is. And I'm not saying it because I'm an employee. That's not it. I do feel a little bad, and I guess I can announce it on here.
Ooh.
Fans always get on me because they don't. Sometimes they think I take too many games off, right? So I want to alert them now. It's I'll be taking more off this year. I won't be traveling as much this year. I'll be doing basically home games.
Okay. That's good.
And because you get to a certain age and just being in a hotel and it's just not like it used to be,
right.
And for me, it's like I want to concentrate on other things. And so instead of retiring, I figure I could cut my schedule shorter. So more home games for EJ, a couple of road games, but probably about 45 games this year that I will do. And so
The best.
Yeah.
I'll be hitting you up when you're not using your tickets. He's always hooking me up. I'm like, you got any extra? I'm singing Anthem tonight. My mom wants to come.
Of
And he
course.
always hooks it up. You're that guy.
Of course.
Thank you for being who you are. And thank you for being on the Mamacita Mic. Oh, one thing, we end by saying, besitos. You have to do it. You have to do it.
So hold it. Besitos?
Besitos.
Besitos.
Thank you so much. I got EJ to say besitos.